First of all, tell us something about yourself.
Sir, my name is Subham Subhrajeet Mahapatra. I am from Banki, subdivision under Cuttack district. I am 24 years old. I was born and brought up in Banki only. Then I pursued my higher secondary at College of Basic Science and Humanities, Bhubaneswar. Then I joined College of Engineering and Technology to pursue my higher education in electrical engineering, and I passed in 2020. Sir, since then I've been preparing for civil services, and sir, my hobbies include I like cricket, playing cricket, watching cricket, getting to know about it, and I love cooking also. I love whenever I get time, I spend some time in cooking. And sir, my achievements include I was among the top 10 when it comes to the matriculation results in Banki Subdivision in 2013. And sir, I have also been a recipient of Medhapriti scholarship and CET merit scholarship for consecutively 4 years during my college days as well.
Thank you. So you are an engineering graduate.
Yes, sir.
So why are you interested in civil services?
Sir, basically, civil services gives me an immense opportunity, a diverse work field, and a only platform where I can serve the public directly, where I can impact a lot of people at a large scale. So that is why I have chosen to civil services.
So your native place is Banki?
Yes, sir.
Banki proper town?
No, sir.
Village?
Just 2 kilometers away from Ma Chachika temple. It's Pattapur.
Attapur.
Yes, sir.
What is the significance of Churchika temple? Anything different from other temples?
Sir, it is one of the 8. There are 8 specific temples of Ma Durga in Odisha. Shakti Pitha, and Chachika temple is one of them. It is situated on Ruchika mountain, and that's what the significance is. It's a holy shrine. I completely believe in that.
The inner ceiling of the Churchika temple, it is made out of wood.
No, sir. Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that is the significance.
Yes, yes,
Nowhere
yes.
you find
Yes. Inner ceiling,
is
yeah,
made out of
absolutely.
wood.
Yes,
Wooden
sir.
ceiling.
Yes, sir.
Who was the queen of Banki?
Sir, Rani Sukkadevi.
Rani Sukhadevi.
Yes, sir.
Achha.
He was the queen.
You know about something?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able.
Banki, it is in Kota district.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is subdivision.
Can you tell me when capital city of Odisha, it was transferred from Cuttack to Bhubaneswar?
Sir, it was 1949.
1948.
Okay.
What are the basic qualities of an administrative officer?
So there are many qualities that an administrative officer must possess. The first being he must be accessible to the public. If public cannot get indulged or cannot get accessible to an administrative officer, then he'll be out of the reach. And the second thing, I believe he should be a risk taking. He should have the risk taking capacity. He should not be always bound by the rules and regulations. Of course, there are certain limitations. However, he must be creative. And third thing, I believe he must have some ethical values in it, because we all learn the rational thinking and the logical values, everything. But when it comes to ethical values, I think we definitely must have those qualities in ourselves.
Even if nobody is looking, I am doing the right. Do you believe in this theory?
Yes, sir, I do.
How?
Sir,
The concept is even if nobody is there, nobody is looking, but I am doing the right.
yes, sir.
Can't you do the wrong thing even if nobody is looking?
Sir, if a person wants to satisfy his inner conscience, if he wants to satisfy his integrity, then I don't think he should be thinking of that if somebody else is looking at me, then only I should do the right thing. Because ultimately the inner conscience must be satisfied. We are at, if we are at the public services, if we are first satisfied with our work, then we can definitely serve the public in a better way.
Who is your inspiration?
Sir, my father is my inspiration.
What is your father? What is doing?
Sir, he is an auditor. He works at a chartered accountant firm. Sir, I've learned a lot from him right from my childhood. So I consider him.
So how, in what way he has inspired you?
Sir, in every dimension or direction in life, I look up to him. The first is he's absolutely workaholic. I've never seen a person who works such harder like him. He manages our family and his working life very well. Being at such a busy profession, he still finds time for all of us. And third is, sir, he is the eldest son of our family, and so do I. So I have learned how an elder person should manage the entire things in his family, how he should take the responsibility of his family, how to love and care the younger ones. So I have learned these qualities from him, sir. And the most important thing, I've learned is he's so jolly, and I mean he makes fun, and he just even at the tense situations, he creates some jokes or something like that. That just I love these personalities. So these things I have learned from him. So that is why he is my role model.
Besides Charchika temple,
Yes.
what other temples are there which are dedicated, which are known as the Shakti Pithas?
Sir, I am unable to recall all the names, but if you allow me, I can name a few. Sir, Sarala temple at Jhankoda. Sir, Biraja temple is there. Sir, I don't remember the exact place, sir, so I'll have to look into that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sir, Ma Tarini, Jhankoda missing Tarini temple is there. Then Kamakhya temple is there. So I remember these 4 or 5 temples. I'll have to read. I must know all the 8, but right now.
Bhubaneswari in Bhubaneswar, Vimala in Puri, they are the Shakti
Okay.
Pithas.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you mean by Shakti Pithas? Mother Goddess temple is
Yes.
so many temples are there dedicated to Mother Goddess.
Yes.
But what is the difference between Mother Goddess temple dedicated to Mother Goddess and Shakti Pith?
Sir, in mythological terms, what I have heard is, when when Ma Kali was angry at Lord Shiva or something like that, I am unable to recall the incident, sir. But there is some limbs.
Different parts.
Yes, sir, some limbs, different parts of Ma Kali. Yes, Shakti. It got displaced at different places, and from that it became a Shakti.
So far as your hobbies are concerned, you have mentioned playing cricket
Yes, sir.
and watching Indian cricket.
Yes, sir.
Only Indian cricket.
No, sir, I take keen interest in knowing about Indian cricket, but I also look to other cricket as well.
The cooking is also another hobby. Most of the candidates they have mentioned cooking.
Yes.
So how is it your trend now?
Sir, it should have been from a long time. I don't know, but yes, we all love cooking. I love cooking, and
One who loves eating, he loves cooking. I think.
maybe, sir, I love eating. I love cooking as well. I love to make others eat as well what I cook.
What do you cook? And how did it come to your mind as to accept cooking
As my
an
hobby. Sir, actually, right from my childhood, whenever we used to go for feast or something like that, I used to look to my seniors how they are cooking. I used to get into the kitchen to see my mom what she's doing, and I don't know, it just automatically came to me. I got some interest. I used to ask my mother what are these ingredients, what are you putting in it. And since then I've been inculcating these habits. And sir, in my BTech 4 years also, I was alone. I mean, I was with my father. I mean, my mother and my family lives at Banki, and I was with my father at Bhubaneswar. So these
So you're
4
staying
years.
at home, not in the college hostel.
No, sir. We were staying at rent. So these 4 years also, I used to cook almost every day. So that is why it got generated. Sir.
So, as you said that your father is workaholic.
Yes, sir.
Can you please explain the term workaholic?
Sir, workaholic means, I mean, someone who is completely dedicated to his work. I mean, who considers completely work is God. I mean, for me, if I work, that is the ultimate satisfaction for me. So that is what.
But according to Hindu mythology,
Yes.
like Hindu charya, okay, we have like four ashrams systems. Can you please explain? Because workaholic is not one of them,
No, sir.
right? But can we get God by the mean, by the term you said, like workaholic?
Yes, sir.
Karma yogi. Can you please explain?
Sir, there are 4 ashrams that are mentioned in our Hindu mythology. One is, sir, this. I mean, I'm forgetting the first one. Sir, second one is Kishoravastha. Sorry,
Brahmacharya,
Brahmacharya, Grihastha,
Grihastha,
Vanaprastha, and
Sannyasa.
Sannyasa. Yes, sir. These are the 4 ashrams. Sir, in mostly in the middle 2 ashrams, the work culture is there. I mean, in the youth stage, you work I mean, to inculcate the moral and rational values in yourself. And when you marry, and you still have to work to maintain your family. So these are two ashrams where you basically work for yourself, for your family, and for the public as well. Sir, in the last phase, you basically work to satisfy the God, to satisfy your inner conscience, and you basically get indulged in a Hindu mythology concept. You get indulged in devotion and attaining the ultimate salvation in life.
But is it not contradict the meaning like workaholic and sannyasi?
Sir, I believe sannyasi is not someone who doesn't work. Sannyasi does also work. If you are doing a public service, you are doing welfare for the people, as well as doing justice to a family. That is also a sannyasi, in my opinion, sir.
That is also a sannyasi.
Definitely, sir.
Okay, very good. So your optionals are like sociology and geography, right?
Yes.
So can you please explain the meaning of sociology briefly?
So sociology is the study of society. Its interrelated parts. There are it's different aspects of society like religion, culture, education, health, women, etc. They are interrelationship in a holistic manner. So that is what the society.
Say some thinkers' name regarding the classical theory of
Indian
sociology
or
and
so
modern.
Western. Sir, the founding fathers which of the sociology, they were Auguste Comte, Karl Marx.
And before that, the sociology is known as which type, which kind of subject? Before Auguste Comte.
Sir, before Auguste
Social
Comte.
physics.
Yes.
Right? Social physics.
Okay.
After that, he coined the term sociology.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you, sir.
And can you explain the alienation theory?
Yes, sir. Sir, alienation theory was given by the conflict sociologist Karl Marx. He basically says,
What conflict?
I mean, he is considered to be given the conflict perspective in sociology. He introduced this conflict dimension. He elaborated about the social conflicts that are present in society. So, in alienation concept, he basically tried to explain the situation of powerlessness.
You always target one particular things in society,
Yes.
according to Karl Marx theory. Can you give that particular term or thing according to him? Like always targeted any kind of socialism, you always target the
Sir,
capitalism,
Yes, sir. So that capitalism, that is class struggle.
class struggle.
Yes, sir. So
Can you define the class in itself and between class in itself and class for itself?
sure, sir. Sir, class in itself by Karl Marx, class in itself means the class which is unaware about the about its social condition, about its
Inner consciousness, right?
yes, sir, the consciousness is absent. They are just ruled by the rulers, and class for itself is basically when they get enlightened about their social position, how they are exploited, and they start to revolutionize against the upper class or the higher class.
Very good. So why you need to study the human geography portion? Why it is so important for us in nowadays?
Sir, human geography is highly essential when it comes to
Because it is a very
yes.
fresh and young,
Yes.
you can say, concept in geography.
Sir, in human geography, we study a lot of things which are directly involved in social management or the public management. For example, we study the settlement patterns, we study the panchayati raj systems, we study the various political and geographical analysis of a particular place. We study how to differentiate a place from others. We do effective planning in that. So that is why human
In
geography.
terms of differentiating one place from another place,
Yes.
which kind of term we used
In geography.
in geography, human geography?
Sir, aerial differentiation, regional synthesis, these are the terms.
Area differentiation. Very good. So, say something about the Ekamra Kshetra. We
Sir.
call Bhubaneswar as Ekamra Kshetra. Why we call Ekamra Kshetra?
Sir, I'll not be able to elaborate a lot on this, but Ekamra Kanan is here.
No, but Ekamra Kshetra.
Yes. So,
The
sir,
word-
I'm not
the meaning of the
I'll
word
have to
Ekamra.
read on that again. Sir.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Then elaborate the difference between the civil servant and public servant. What is civil servant? What is public servant?
Sir, a civil servant is someone who is properly, who is in the rule books of the government, who is under these rational and bureaucratic framework of the government. And public servant is someone who serves the public. So this is the basic. The public servant need not be necessarily be involved with the public. With the government.
With the government or the,
yes,
all these processes.
yes, he can directly serve the public.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
So, have you heard about the red tapeism? What is
Yes.
red tapeism?
So red tapeism is a negative connotation that is, more or less associated with bureaucracy. Red tapeism means, sir, there is a red tape that is associated with all the inauguration work, and the civil servant goes and cut the red tape. But there is actually no progress. In the letter and spirit, we don't see any kind of progress or delays in
The
the.
meaning of red tapeism only related to that red tape?
No, sir. No, it came from that instance, but it basically means a lethargy when it comes to public work, kind of slowness in the public work. So that is what the red tape is.
Not exactly.
Okay, sir.
Surely.
Okay, sir. I'll have to read on that again.
So, then say a symbol of good governance. What are the symbols? What are the criteria of good governance?
So there are various of criteria what a good governance would mean. The first thing is the satisfaction of the public. The public must be satisfied with the work. The second thing is from the public servant side, he must be accountable. He must be answerable to the public itself what he is doing. And third thing, I will say whatever the public work that is done, that should be citizen centric and in a timely manner. That we call the 5T initiative. Where the time is one of the main constraints. So these are the basic objectives of a good government.
So, you have done your BTech in electrical engineering, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
So, why you choose sociology and geography as your optional? Why not other subject?
Sir, when I was pondering about what to choose about optionals, I actually read sociology about the syllabus and what are the applications I'll have if I study these two subjects. Sociology, I found there are a lot of similarities when it comes to the public work. We study the caste system, class system, we study race, sex, place of birth, the women, disabled, everything.
The tribal problems.
Yes, tribal problems, everything. So these are highly essential.
disparities,
Yes,
right?
sir, yes. And also, sir, in geography, rightly you mentioned about the human geography.
Some parts of geography
Yes.
directly linked with the sociology.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
Very good. So, from the geography optional,
Yes.
please explain about the Dandakarani project. Because in paper 2 we have this particular thing, Dandakarani project.
Sir, Dandakaranya was a rehabilitation project, as far as I remember. Sir, it was. Sorry, sir, I'll have to read again on that. I'm not sure about it.
When Odisha get all the districts like 30 districts. Odisha में 30 district के नहीं था.
Sir, I'll have to look at the data again.
1993 during Biju Patnaik. 1993. Biju Patnaik time. Right? Okay. Just say something about Kaliya scheme. What is the full form of Kaliya?
Sir, Kaliya stands for Krishak Assistant Livelihood Income Augmentation. I mean, as its name suggests, it's a livelihood support for the farmer. It's a direct credit scheme to the farmers, where the farmers are given direct money from the government, like like 10,000 per year. Currently, it is 6,000. That is given in 3 subsidies, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and that's a direct income support for the farmers, which they can use in all of their agri activities, like procuring seeds, fertilizers, or solar pumps, or whatever they are doing. So it's a direct support, direct income support for the farmers.
So in nowadays, India as well as Odisha,
Yes.
they are providing like free subsidies,
Yes.
free currently to the very recently church.
Freebies.
So these things are very necessary for our country, because we are targeting our 5 trillion economy, right? Then these things, don't you think these things are becoming like hurdles to achieve that aim, like 5 trillion economy?
Sir, we are basically a welfare state, where a lot of the population of our country still are behind below poverty line, and when it comes to giving free treatment to the public in terms of health, education, and in these spheres, I think they are essential, because it gives an opportunity for them to have a quality life. However, if we consider other things, I mean, in a long run, it is definitely not good. There must be some checks and balance about how far these freebies are helping, or how far they are augmenting our demographic dividend, because we have a large sphere of population who are aspiring class. So ultimately, these freebies will make them lethargic as well. So we have to make a balance in that. We have to keep a check and balance. And sir, we can provide subsidies in place of freebies. We can go to subsidies, where some form of help can be given, and it should encourage the public to do some good work. And we should also, provide some kind of, when the good work is done, we can provide them certain kind of benefits from that, like the production linked incentive. Like the more the production, more the incentive. So similarly, if we can give some subsidies, more the good work is done, more we can
For long
incentives.
term or for certain time period?
Subsidies?
Huh?
Sir, for short period of time, there must be a checks and balance for everything. How far these subsidies are helping, we must have a check on that always. We cannot do that for a long period of since, because we are already at 75.
We are providing very long term.
Exactly.
Right?
So we are already at 75 years of, it's in a long
we are
time.
targeting that Amrit Kal, that 5
Yes,
trillion
sir.
economy.
Yes.
Those vague concept, without judging this type of concept, we are dreaming like 5 trillion economy.
Yes, sir.
Right. And one last question from sociology optional.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think you must know about the societal theory of Durkheim.
Yes.
How many types of societal theory?
So there are 4 types of suicidal theory. Durkheim basically says suicide happens due to over integration with the society and under integration with the society. If you are more or less more regulated by the society, then you commit suicide. There are 2 types of suicide which basically stems from over integration. One is altruistic suicide, One is sir egoistic suicide. Altruistic suicide basically means these suicide bombers. These suicide bombers who are attacking the society. And sir, egoistic suicide, I believe it stems out from the loneliness, depression, these kind of suicides. And sir, other two being the sir anomic suicide. So that is the sir the normlessness when society fails to regulate its norms. Suppose
Can you give some example of anonymous suicides?
sir, suppose a drug addict commits suicide, or sir a farmer
Very good.
commits a suicide due to farm failure.
In case of Dharmapad, sacrificed his life for the groups, for his father and other colleagues.
Sir, that will not be called as a anomic suicide.
No, it comes under which type of suicides?
Sir, it is altruistic suicide, I will say.
Altruistic suicides. Right.
He is so much careful about his society. This Satidaha Pratha also, sir, that comes under altruistic.
Suicide bombers, like for a particular organizations or unities,
Yes.
you sacrifice your life.
Yes.
Altruistic. Very good. Yes.
So you have passed your 10th board exam from in the Center of Integral Education.
Yes, sir.
So what is integral education?
Sir, integral education basically means it not only talks only about the education part, but also inculcates moral values, the physical education part, spiritual learnings. So all these integrate together to name it as a integral education.
Coming to Odisha, when Odisha became a separate province, can you tell me?
Sir, it was 1936, 1st April.
First, who are the leaders for whom Odisha became a separate province?
Sir, there were many prominent leaders, but
Mention some.
Sir, Dr. Hare Krishna Mahapatra, Madhusudan Das, Sir Krishna Gajapati Krishna Chandra Deva. So these are the few of the I can remember right now. Sir. Pandit Gopal Das, yes.
So the first session of Utkal Sammilan, where it was held?
Sir, I'm not able to recall, but if you can say, I can have a try. Sir, 1903.
Yes.
Sir, exact date I'm not able to recall.
Where, please?
Cuttack, sir. Thank you.
Can you guess at Kottaka at which place?
Sorry, sir. I'm not.
That is the Idgah ground.
Sorry, sir.
Idgah Padia.
Idgah Padia.
The first session of Utkal Sammilan was held there. Gandhi visited Odisha 6 times.
Yes.
But for the first time, when he came to Odisha and where the meeting was held?
Sir, it was during the 1920s. He first time visited to Cuttack. If I remember correctly, sir, other than that.
1921.
Okay, sir.
During
Thank you.
non-cooperation
1921.
movement,
Okay.
he visited Odisha and the meeting was held at Kotak.
Yes.
Where?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to recall the exact place.
On the Karjuri river bed, on the
Okay.
sands of Karjuri.
Okay. On the beach only? The
Yes.
sand beach? Okay.
Along with Kasturba,
Yeah, okay.
he visited Odisha for the first time in 1921.
Thank you,
So
sir.
Utkalmani Gopal is also there. He translated.
Okay, his Hindi
His
speech.
Gujarati speech
Oh, okay, Gujarati speeches.
into Odia.
Okay.
Kasturba was there. Rama Devi, she was also there.
Okay. Okay.
What is the significance of Khandagiri and Udayagiri?
Sir, Khandagiri and Udayagiri are ancient archaeological sites. They represent the Jaina caves that were built by the King Kharavela. So, sir, to provide some shelter to Jaina monks.
During rainy season,
Yes, sir. During rainy season, of course. Yes.
Chaturmasya,
Okay.
4 months.
Okay.
They are not going outside to propagate their philosophy. So they are taking rest here. How many caves are constructed? Can you say?
Sorry, sir.
117, but now there are only 37 caves.
Okay.
All are destroyed.
Both Khandagiri and Udayagiri.
total.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, it's all right. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So you tell us, what is your feeling? How do you feel?
Sir,
How is your interview?
सर ओडिया रे बोल
वो ओडिया से
सर मत टिके
फ्री टू
आज्ञा सर मत लगे माने जो फैक्चुअल डेटा गुड़ा टिके मोर मन नहीं आ इनकम रो क्षेत्र तुम जाने कथा सेटा टिके जाने
आगे आंबो बा गोटी आंबो
एक आम्र मीन्स आंबो गछ
आज्ञा
एक आंबो आंबो प्रोजेक्ट
आज्ञा
ओके से एक आंबो प्रोजेक्ट
एक आंबो आम्र ओ अच्छा आम्र माने आंबो आज्ञा आज्ञा
एक आंबो
सर
आम्रपल्ली आंबो बड़ा
कॉन्सेप्ट माइथोलॉजिकल कॉन्सेप्ट अछि कि पार्वती जतरा देखिले कि लॉर्ड शिव
आज्ञा
लॉर्ड शिव जोठी अछन जो प्लेस रे माने मेनी काउस आमेल छी एट दैट टाइम पर्टिकुलर टाइम साइमल्टेनियसली से माने गोटे जगह को एंड सेट थले गोटे आंबो अछि तो
अच्छा अच्छा
एंड सेट से भाबिले कि लॉर्ड शिव सेठी अछि
अच्छा
बहुत सारा कॉन्सेप्ट अछि सेठ नंबर से
एक आम्र अच्छा
आंबो
आज्ञा ସେଇଟା ସାର୍ ଟିକେ ଦେଖି
ବର୍ଗ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର
କୋଣାର୍କ ଆଜ୍ଞା ସେଇଟା ଟିକେ ମୋତେ
ଶଙ୍ଖ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ହେଲା ପୁରୀ
ପୁରୀ
ଆମର କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର
ତୁଳସୀ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ବି ଅଛି ସାର୍ କେନ୍ଦ୍ରାପଡ଼ା
गोल्डन ट्रायंगल डायमंड
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ट्रायंगल
ତୁଳସୀ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ହେଲା
କେନ୍ଦ୍ରାପଡ଼ା ଆଜ୍ଞା
कॉमन फैक्टर जोड़ा कि ओडिशा रिलेटेड
ଆଜ୍ଞା
कटक रो जायका प्रोजेक्ट
ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଁ
कोटू जो प्रोजेक्ट निया है कांसेप्ट जायका जापान
ଜାପାନ ସାର୍
तो ये सब नॉर्मल क्वेश्चंस ओडिशा रो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स ओडिशा रो प्रोमिनेंट पर्सन्स लिटरेचर ये तो क्वेश्चन को मस्ट ये सार्व करके जगह अछि
ओडिशा
क्वेश्चन